It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Welcome to Radical Truth, the Power, the progressive new show with Let's Be Essery. I am your host, Marlon, along with Anna Hart of Borrelia, etc.com. As you can see from the title, we will be discussing the controversial Mark Robinson, who the Lieutenant Governor of California, Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, who is the Republican nomination for Governor of North Carolina. We will also be getting into a couple of videos from Bell of Boa the Fifth Column, where she talks. She has two videos that I like to talk about. One is about Trump, and the other one, which I never even thought about, honestly, is voter safety. This election is gearing up to be honest with you, two of a kind, just to be totally honest with you. I'm pretty sure the last election was the same way. So we're just going to throw out a couple of safety things that you could do while voting, before the election, during the election. And there actually is another safety thing after you vote. We're also pretty full for the second hour. We do have Am I the A-hole? Positive story of the week that we didn't get into last night. Mafia video of the week, and of course, Foxy's video of the week. So that is it. Hey, Anna.
Hey, sounds good. Sounds full. It's just been a normal Sunday. Watched a movie with the family and slept in late. It's pretty good.
Hey, let's see who we all got out there. I said welcome or welcome back. I've been getting some people who've been saying that they watching the show, they really enjoy it. Of course, I always say, well, why you don't say anything? I'm shy. I don't want so. Okay, just welcome or welcome back. I appreciate it. Parker is already here. Hello, Parker.
Parker.
I had a pretty laid back Sunday. I did it on purpose to be
Mm.
laid back because I feel work is going to be hopping next week, and I want to go ahead and just save my energy for that. But I have to make sure that we did a show because, again, if you don't know, we do not have a show next weekend. We're taking the weekend off, but we're gearing up because by the time we come back, it will be October. 1 month removed from election. Now, give or take 31, 32, whatever. I don't get into semantics. 1 month away from the election. So we need to really gear up for that. So next week is a perfect time to take the day off because
Hmm.
we're going to be rolling into it, including, I think I am going to do an election night slash Mama Heart birthday video live show. Um, Pretty sure we won't get any viewers until the replay because
Right.
I hope that y'all will be out voting, which is the reason why. I hope that's the reason. But also, I kind of would hope that y'all would do early voting. Um,
I will.
please, I definitely am. I even got a card um sent yesterday, of course, sent yesterday. I just checked the mail today, giving us the early voting dates and place and the whole thing. We had people, thank you, um, the two ladies that came by today, in case they are watching, because I did pimp my show to them, who are going door to door for the Democratic Party saying, hey,
Mhm.
here's a flyer. Do you know about this, that, and the other? And I didn't I didn't want to blow them off. I'm just more like, oh, you have no idea how much I know about this election. So I didn't want to waste their time with them trying to, you know,
Yeah.
get me on their side. It's like, ladies, I do a show every weekend about this topic. So there's literally nothing you're gonna tell me that we haven't discussed for 3 hours a show. So yeah, but I did tell them, make sure that you watch Radical Truth to Power tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would truly appreciate it. So if those two ladies are watching, thank you again for actually taking the time out of your schedule to go door to door and present yourself to everybody about how important this election is. Um,
Mhm.
and just thank you.
That's
Theus,
wonderful.
oh Tracy, and hello Tracy. Theus
Hi.
is under the weather. He was not going to be here this whole weekend. He may dip in and out of the comments today, and if he's not, that's totally understandable. He's really not feeling well. So very random, but I've been trying to catch up on movies that were really popular when I was super young or came out before I was born. I watched Lord of the Rings for the first time today. I've never watched Lord of the Rings at all.
Really?
No,
Wow.
I'm not
I mean
interested.
that's my favorite book. So
Yeah, I have never watched Lord of the Rings. I have never watched Star Wars. I have never watched
that's hard to believe.
all the
Wow.
popular. That's funny because I'm about to say all the popular movies. That's not true because in that time I didn't watch Star Wars, but I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. I did watch E.T. I did watch the real huge things, but Lord of the Rings, no. Um
17
yeah,
Emmys? Some kind of award.
um
It was good, and I'd like to know what you thought of it, Parker. Did you see all three or just the first one?
I don't know how people sat in a theater for over 3 hours for some of them.
Well, there was a theater version, and then there was the extended version put out later. So I didn't go
and
to the theater for 3 hours.
and back in the day, they did used to give you intermission.
Yeah,
Back in
I
the
miss
day,
those.
my favorite movie of all time is Godfather, and one or two. I never will watch three ever again. That was terrible. Dang, I have
I've
no
never
one.
seen the Godfather movies.
See, love the Godfather. One and two
Mhm.
is just like tied to me with the dang. I have no one to clown. He'll be back next month, so you can clown him then. Um, the first one, and I'm halfway into the second movie.
Cool. We'll talk later.
Let's get this party started. Let me be the first to say I really underestimated Mark Robinson by saying that he's just another glorified Trump wannabe. So there's nothing to see here. In other words, I was basically saying there's nothing you're gonna tell me that he said that I'm gonna go, oh my God, I can't believe that he said that. I was totally wrong. I am right now going, I cannot believe this dude actually said that. Um,
Has he done anything notable as a lieutenant governor for your state?
I can't think of one thing.
Okay.
No. And the guy that he's running against um, actually, what is the word? This is Sunday, and my mind is not working right. He actually solved a cold case from the 80s.
Wow.
That is something that the ladies did tell me that I did not know, but I digress. Let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you for Brian Taylor Cohen. This is his bit on his show. Please check him out. He's very good, but he's going to discuss Mark Robinson and the latest from a CNN report.
In an absolute bombshell story just released by CNN, Mark Robinson, the Republican gubernatorial nominee in North Carolina, was revealed to have made a series of inflammatory comments on a pornography website's message board more than a decade ago in which he referred to himself as a black Nazi and expressed support for reinstating slavery. According to reporting, he also said he enjoyed watching transgender pornography and has referred to himself as a perv. CNN was able to verify that the username behind which those comments were made did indeed belong to Robinson and occurred on a pornography website called Nude Africa. He reportedly listed his full name on his profile for Nude Africa, as well as an email address that he used on numerous websites across the internet for decades. CNN put together a chart, as I'm showing here, showing all of the other social media platforms on which Robinson used the same username as well. His private positions on transgender pornography, for example, stand in stark contrast to his public stances. For instance, he's argued that people should use bathrooms only that correspond to the gender they were assigned at birth. He's also said that transgender women should be arrested for using women's restrooms. The article also goes into greater detail. I'm not going to read it aloud because the video will get flagged, but I will put up a small sampling on this screen to show the kinds of things that Mark Robinson wrote on the message boards. As you can see, they discuss Nazis, slavery, and so much more, each sentence more reprehensible than the last. The stuff that you're looking at right now should not only end somebody's political career, but would be disqualifying in any facet of life, in any job, in any social setting, anywhere. The fact that this guy is still on the ballot for Republicans and likely to remain there is a testament to the rot that has pervaded this political party. The GOP has devolved into little more than a hate cult. And of course, all of this is a drop in the bucket for somebody like Mark Robinson, who is far and away the most extreme Senate candidate running this cycle. He's called for a complete abortion ban, he's attacked Martin Luther King Jr., and he's mocked school shooting survivors. In fact, Robinson is so vile and reprehensible as a human being that it really is hard to imagine any scandal would have much of an impact on him, given the depravity that people would have had to already be willing to accept just to vote for him. Although it does look like this may have an impact. Larry Sabato of Crystal Ball tweeted, "The Crystal Ball team has just met in emergency session, and in the fastest rating change in our history, we are moving North Carolina governor from lean Democratic to likely Democratic." Although that doesn't seem to be having much bearing on Robinson himself. Just ahead of the story breaking, he actually made an announcement about staying in the race.
Hey guys, Lieutenant Governor Robinson and your Republican nominee for governor as well, of course. Well guys, the news media is at it again. My opponent is at it again. You all have seen the half-truths and outright lies of Josh Stein on these ads over and over again. And now a story leaked by him to CNN is appearing now. Let me reassure you, the things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson. You know my words, you know my character, and you know that I have been completely transparent in this race and before. Folks, this race right now, our opponents are desperate to shift the focus here from the substantive issues and focus on what you are concerned with to salacious tabloid trash. We cannot allow that to happen. And folks, we've seen this type of stuff in the past as well. Clarence Thomas famously once said he was the victim of a high-tech lynching. Well, it looks like Mark Robinson is too, by a man who refuses to stand on stage and debate me about the real issues that face you. Instead, they want to focus on salacious tabloid lies. We're not going to let them do that. We are staying in this race. We are in it to win it. And we know that with your help, we will. God bless you. And we will see you where? On the campaign trail.
Now, in case y'all didn't read some of them, because I'm definitely not going to read that last paragraph. Y'all would just have to go see it yourself, because he's Cohen was correct. If I was to say what he said, I guarantee we will be flagged and possibly removed.
Wow.
But when it comes to slavery, there was the part where he said, quote, slavery wasn't all bad. And if you bring slavery back, he will probably own a few. That's what he was saying on these adult sites, so to speak. Also keep in mind that that was not him rebuttaling the report from CNN. That was him playing defense before the report came out. So keep in mind that he knew the report was going to come out, and he's already playing damage control before the report came. Like, whew, I so apologize. This guy has no business whatsoever being into politics. And I honestly want to frown upon the state of North Carolina for having this dude actually have the second most powerful position in this state. So how he got to lieutenant governor, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But what I keep saying, y'all need to pay attention to local politics. This is why. This dude is currently the lieutenant governor of North Carolina. And anybody that sits there and go, well, if we go into anybody's past, we can find something escaping. Number one, this was 10 years ago. That was a decade ago. It wasn't when he was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He was a grown man putting those remarks on adult sites. So just keep that in mind, that this is the guy who actually made it up to be lieutenant governor.
Too weird. You would think that, this would be enough to make sure he would never have a job in politics, but this is no longer the bug. This is the feature of the GOP. It's like the more depraved you are, the better chances you have. I don't know what to say about the Martin Luther King Jr. was the bad guy, and he probably would own a few if slavery were. Wow. Yeah. So far, I don't know what to say. This guy he's unbelievable. He's reprehensible, and oof. I don't know what to say. The-
Imagine you're the CNN worker who got tasked with this investigation, and you have to go through the archives of all of these websites looking for these comics. LOL. I want a raise. I deserve a raise after doing that job.
Mhm.
He got 65% of the votes in the Republican primary that happened in March earlier this 65%?
Wow.
Who did he beat by 65%? But let it be known, well, I'm not going to say that. Not yet. Not yet. I thought that North Carolina is set up differently, like you vote separately for the governor, or it's governor or
Lieutenant.
the governor. Yes, it is. It's separate. You vote for the governor, you vote for the lieutenant governor. It's
Okay, so they don't run together?
yeah. That's why on a lot of occasions, in a lot of occasions and in a lot of states, you could have a Democrat/Republican governor, and the lieutenant governor is a total different party.
Okay.
Even all the way down to, and please do not quote me because I can't remember the state right now, but there was a Republican governor, but an independent lieutenant governor. So it happens. But yes, you're right, Tracy. That this it's not like the running for president. It's two separate votes, election, vote, whatever. I always say. Anyway,
I got you.
was getting to the fact of getting back to what Parker said when it comes to Trump, segueing into Trump, you can't win a primary. You can't win a primary without him, but you can't win a general with him.
Mhm.
So, who, of course, would be remotely want their name beside Mark Robinson? Who would want to be associated with somebody who says these foul things? On top of that, Mark Robinson got the idea of Dr. Martin Luther King from who? Well, gosh, let's find out.
And by the way, in case you were wondering what kind of person would align himself with Mark Robinson, well, this one shouldn't be too much of a surprise.
And he's been an unbelievable Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson. I heard him, and by the way, his wife is much more lovely than he is, I can tell you that, and she's my friend. Thank you, darling, for being here. But, you know, I heard him coming in on the plane. I was listening, and I said to the people on the plane, watch this. This is Martin Luther King on steroids, okay? Now, I told that to Mark. I said, I think you're better than Martin Luther King. I think you are Martin Luther King ×2. And he looked at me, and I wasn't sure, was he angry because that's a terrible thing to say, or was he complimented? I have never figured it out. But I'm telling you, he's one of, right? When I said that to you, you looked like, I don't know if I like that comment. You should like it. because you are outstanding, and you're going to be the next governor, so that's going to be very cool. Now, you know the fake news will go today, and they'll take that little statement that I make, that little cute statement, and they'll say, he said that this gentleman is better than Martin Luther King. This is a terrible thing. Is he a racist? It'll end up being... I don't care. It doesn't matter. Because the people get it. Mark, the people get it. Thank you, Mark. And that was a great speech you made, too, and I appreciate it very much.
And the Kamala Harris campaign has wasted no time in releasing an ad tying Robinson to Donald Trump.
Mark Robinson, he's out there, he's fighting. A very good man. This is Martin Luther King on steroids. I think you're better than Martin Luther King. I think you are Martin Luther King times 2.
I think he's going to go down as one of the great leaders in our country. I've been with him a lot. I've gotten to know him, and he's outstanding. He's outstanding in presentation, but he's probably even more outstanding in heart. Somebody that we have to be very, very careful. We have to cherish. We have to cherish, Mark. He's a star. You have to cherish him. It's like a fine wine, because that's what you have. You have a fine wine. He's an outstanding person. I've gotten to know him so well and fairly quickly.
Times 2.
You're not even Martin Luther King. You're not even Martin Luther King's pants. I don't even know where you was going with this, Trump. What were you thinking? And you said it over and over and over again. There is only one Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Only one. No one is comparing themselves to Dr. Martin Luther King, especially someone who's, just like I said earlier, slavery wasn't bad, and I would own a few. That's better than I have a dream. Every time I stopped trying to talk about Trump as much, because I really got to the conclusion that I lose a brain cell every time I have to repeat something that this guy says. Because I literally could not believe it comes out of his mouth. But it comes out of his mouth. Oh God, Anna, please.
Well, like you said, yeah, we don't like to get into Trump's words too much because they start to make us crazy. Better than Martin Luther King at what? Orating? Inspiring people? Making them want to watch porn with transgender people? Like, what? Yeah, this guy even gets Sachi upset. Yeah, like, okay, sorry, once again, I really don't know what to say. And especially about the framing of him and Trump. Kind of surprised he wasn't a vice presidential pick. Because it probably would have been a better time than he's having with J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
And I guess Nazi see, Nazi do, Nazi like. I don't know.
Let's compare. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights leader, Nobel Prize winner, Mark Robinson, into trans adult sites. Yeah, I buy it. Yeah. Trump is like, the media is going to play the clip of me being racist and then call me out for being racist. Can you believe they would do that? Yeah, he's trying to play this game of, I know I'm going to say something racist, but you know I'm not saying anything racist, but the media is going to say that it's racist. You know why the majority of the media says that you're saying something racist? Because it's racist. Do you know why your fan base would not say that it's not racist? Because they pretty much believe it's not racist. Do you also know why your fan base is not going to say that it wasn't racist? Because they don't care if it's racist or not. It's your fan base. Of course, they're not going to say anything about it. Trump is sort of like the people when we talked. It was a long time ago. We was talking about the First Amendment, and people always want to use the First Amendment to cover them from anything happening to them, any consequences, without actually knowing what the First Amendment is all about. The First Amendment is to protect you from the government jailing you, things like that, persecuting you, even taking you to court. That's it. Shit, I can't make it no more simpler than that. It is not going to stop you from consequences. You say something under the guise of the company that you work for, yes, they have every right to fire you, especially if you're in an at-will state. Yes, you say something hideous, racist, bigotry, xenophobic, yeah, people can say something back to you. It's not like I can say something, but you can't say nothing to me, huh? No, the First Amendment that you're using is the First Amendment they use it too.
Yep.
So Trump is playing on that. Oh, the media's going to say that it's racist. They shouldn't say that it was racist because it's not racist. Y'all know it's not racist. Well, some of them people that you're talking to, Trump, wouldn't care if it was racist or not anyway. So what's the big deal? Why are you so concerned about what the media is saying?
You can't not be.
That was my second segue. My second segue is into Trump. Why do you even care what the media say, what critics say, what Kamala say? Why do you even remotely care about what anybody says about you? Because you're not going to change unless you have to. Please, Belle, explain it a little further.
Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump and reset rumors. After Trump's dismal debate performance that has sent quiet shockwaves through the Republican Party, the rumor mill says that his advisors are once again hoping to get Trump to reset his campaign and try once again to present himself to the American people as, well, somebody presentable. This all sounds familiar, right? We've heard this at a couple of other points during the campaign, that the strategy was going to shift. You'd hear the reports saying there was a plan to bring out the new Trump, and he would stop with his wild rhetoric, insults, and conspiracy theories. He'd be a new man. It never lasted long. It probably won't last this time, if it's even attempted. The answer to why a reset isn't likely is probably one of the most concerning things about a potential second Trump presidency. You have a lot of commentators writing it off to, Trump is who he is. He can't pull off a reset. He just has his beliefs and won't be swayed. He's steadfast. No, that's just buying into Trump's propaganda. I'm curious, which Trump won't be swayed in his beliefs? Is it the Trump that was a Republican in the 1980s? or the one that was part of the Independence Party in the 90s. Maybe it's the Donald Trump that joined the Democratic Party in 2001, or the one that went back to the Republican Party in 2009. Maybe it's the one that left the GOP in 2011 only to return again a year later. He has a proven track record of changing his positions. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. Evolution and change is good. But that's the problem, and what should be concerning. He has a track record of being able to conduct resets of a far larger scope than something that could simply be summed up as be normal in public. But now, suddenly he can't. He seems frozen in time, unable to adjust to a new campaign, new circumstances, a new opposing candidate. The inability to adjust to new information and new circumstances isn't a qualification for president. It's something that should be disqualifying. The United States can't risk having a president who can't adjust to new situations. If Trump can't avoid shouting wild rhetoric and engaging in petty insults or peddling conspiracy theories, even with his advisors telling him how much those behaviors are hurting him, it seems unlikely that he's going to be capable of processing new information that flows to the president every day. This further compounded by the other piece of information that has come along with every rumor or announcement of a reset. His advisors are telling him he needs to reset, but he won't listen. So you can imagine a president who refuses to accept new information and won't listen to advisors? That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Couple that with his age, and I mean, it's not hard to see that his health is declining, his mind is declining, and I believe that is why he cannot jump into a reset, especially not like he used to do.
I had a fear one time before that, Trump may have a chance. And by the way, this was a while back, so far back that Biden was still running for re-election, not Kamala. But it was during the first assassination attempt. And I went, man, this guy can ride the sympathy card all the way to the election. Just keep cool, stick to the topics, stay on subject, don't say anything outlandish, keep the speeches short and everything like that, and he may have a chance. He really may have a chance. I should have known better. What I thought that he could have did to ride the sympathy train all the way to being reelected as president of the United States turned to people wearing tampons on their ear. I should have known better. Because forgive me for thinking, even for a Donald Trump layup, it will bounce off the rim into the crowd because he just can't do it. And Anna, you're right. Maybe it is his mind. Maybe it's for the simple fact that what I said in the past, Donald Trump rise to fame to become president of the United States is everything that you're seeing now. Just bashing people, wild accusations, loud conspiracy theories, the whole kit and caboodle. Whether the American people want to believe it or not believe it, that's the stuff that you're hearing now, right now, that you're calling crazy and deranged, and the word that the Republicans don't like to hear it again, weird, is exactly the stuff that he did to get into office. This man will not change because he figured if it worked the first time, it's going to work the second time. Donald Trump was popular before he got into office. Donald Trump became mega popular when he got into office. And he did it on the same stuff that he's doing now. So regardless of what people are saying to him, that no, we got to change. You're wrong. I know better. So he's not going to change. This is what you're going to get. And Bell was absolutely correct. Do you want a president, regardless of what new information come in, he's not going to change his course? Like, are you serious?
No, he thinks he knows better than everybody else. So of course he won't listen to advisors. Of course he's not going to. I mean, he will set people in who into positions of power who know which line to toe. But he thinks he knows everything better than all the experts. Better, you know. Remember that I'm like a genius thing.
I'm a genius. I get the greatest people.
Yeah.
Even though half your greatest people have been indicted on. Name a crime. I'm sorry, I can't even go through them. Just name one, and I'm pretty sure one of them is up for it.
Mm.
The greatest economy. Okay.
Yeah, people will not follow the dotted line on the economy about it takes years for something to take effect to for us to start seeing the results of it. And so, so many people point, well, I should say so many MAGA people point to the fact that their wallets were not under duress under Trump. And they don't follow through that that's because of Barack Obama's policies. And the fact that we then had a worldwide pandemic and worldwide inflation. But now that all the terrible choices that Trump has made has come into effect, they're all saying it's Biden's fault. They only remember who is president under the time that they're feeling whatever they're feeling. Like Trump always said, he likes the stupid people. If he were to ever run as a president, he would run as a Republican. They're the easiest to fool. His words, not mine.
And it's out there. It's out there. Don't sit there and say you hyperbole. That's never what he said. It's out there. Look it up.
Yeah. It's on video.
He can't change because he is vain. He feels he is never wrong, which is why I believe he wants to lose. He loves playing the victim. I believe everything up until which is why I believe he wants to lose. He doesn't want to lose.
No.
He is that type of person who wants to win at everything. We're talking about a guy who right now, we did a show on the debate last week, who is still saying that the 2020 election was rigged. 4 years later. 4 years. And he has all the evidence, which nobody has seen in 4 years.
And he would have shown it to the judges, but those nasty judges, they tossed him out on technicalities. And no, dude, you did not have standing. That is the word. He does live in his own delusional world where what he wants to be right is right. And no, he wants to be president. He does not want to pay any more fines. He wants to give out pardons. I don't think he's going to jail. So, at most, he might find some ankle bracelet. But then, okay, go stay in your mansion where. No. Anyway.
Oh, and not, by the way, before we move on to the next subject,
Mhm.
and this was rumored. I tried my best to look it up somewhere, and then MAGA had the audacity to say, if Biden is such a Christian and Biden was such a man with honor and tradition, he would pardon Trump on everything. No. First of all, he can't, because the majority of the things that's against him is state, not federal. It's one federal.
Right.
Okay? So no, he can't touch New York. He can't touch Georgia. Still waiting on you, Arizona. So you sort of fell silent after a while there, state. But yeah, you can't. So I guess he's talking. So I guess he was a man of integrity. He will pardon him over the federal case. So I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. Well, he would, but he couldn't remember to pardon things because he's super old and senile and slow and everything else. So if he wasn't all those things, maybe he would have pardoned Trump. But since he is all those things, it's not going to happen. Biden wouldn't even touch his own son. He let his son go through everything. You think he's going to help Trump? Really? Ooh. Y'all, I'm sorry. It's called self-sabotage. He wants to lose so people can feel sorry for him.
No, I'm sorry, I don't agree.
That's not how that works.
No.
Trump, you got to remember, Trump is the person who ran his entire campaign, not only on racist, homophobic, xenophobic, bigotry, and everything else. He ran on masculinity, being macho, never loser. Remember, this is a guy that didn't like John McCain because I like my
He got
military
caught.
to not get caught. So this is no, this dude ain't self. He wants to win, but the problem that he having is he wants to win on his terms. He wants all the glory to himself. I won because of what I did, not because of what my advisors told me to do, not because of the speeches. Do y'all actually believe he has somebody write the speech of the stuff that he's saying? And even
I bet you he does have some writers, but he'll probably go off script a lot.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. They'll probably write the most fantastic speech, and
Right.
And the most fantastic speech was probably the first sentence. Thank you for welcoming to North Carolina. And there we go. Let's throw the speech away because I'm going to go ahead and say other things. Thank you for welcoming me, Virginia. Done with this speech. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for allowing me to come to Philadelphia. Yeah, I'm done with that. Well, let's go ahead and get to. He can't help it. He really can't. It's not in him.
And I mean, can you imagine somebody trying to give him pity? He would be so upset because, like you said, it's not masculine. It's not the alpha thing, and I don't know. Sorry, Tracy, just don't agree with what you said.
And he has a part in his own son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Biden would not even pardon his own son. You think he's going to pardon Trump? No.
And I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I do not believe that Jesus let bad people off. You know, didn't he got angry when people were gambling, when people were in the temple where he got violent. So
it's not going to happen.
Anyway, and that's back to, you know, you should pardon him because it's the Christian thing to do.
No. Considering that we're talking to about a bunch of people who, never mind. I just want some of y'all to stop talking about the Christian way of life and you do everything not Christian. Anyway, go ahead and get into the last story of the hour, as long as it takes. We're going to get into voter safety. This is, again, we're going to talk about bail, and we have to, unlike Trump, we have to change course. It's not like the good old days, everyone. It's not that humdrum, I just get this over with and everything like that. We're in a entirely different dynamic now. Whether you like it or don't like it, you allowed it. So this right now is no more than just the pinnacle of it. I'm kind of hoping that after this election, everything will get back to, as Biden say, the status quo. I'm not putting any money on it at all. And the only reason I'm not putting no money on it because we still have Ron DeSantis, so I'm not that stupid. So let's go ahead and get into voting safety.
Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about safety, voting, and a question from one of you about going to the polls. The question I'm about to read is one of maybe a dozen along these lines. It says, all of the Trump supporters talking about poll watching makes me very nervous about going to vote. Most of them who are talking online about doing it are people who bought Trump's lies about the election, and they aren't the most stable people. I'm a little worried. Am I overreacting? I believe in the gift of fear. Fear keeps you safe. I'm a firm believer in trusting your instincts. You take steps to mitigate the risk if you're worried, and we'll talk about how you can do that. Let's be real for a second. The emotions you're having are why they talk about it online. If it was really about catching some conspiracy, they wouldn't be saying they were going to do it. They'd just do it and not give their mythical enemy a heads up. The intention sure seems like they want to scare people into not voting. But that little bit about not giving the enemy a heads up is how you can mitigate. In the voting booth, you're pretty secure. It will be hard for somebody to find out how you voted. So, adopt a gray man posture. At some point in time on this channel, you've probably heard the term OPSEC, Operational Security. It's how the military protects secrets, a systematic method of making sure they don't give the enemy a heads up. Another term that probably hasn't been used is PERSEC, Personal Security, but it has the same goal, not giving the other side a heads up. Exercising good security might put your mind at ease when going to vote. This is where becoming a gray man comes in handy. Adopting a gray man posture for real is very different than you normally see in the circles that talk about being a gray man. It's a term that has left its original group and spread to a group who don't really know what it means. If you search, you'll find tons of do's and don'ts about being a gray man. Unless you want to be somebody mistaken for being a cop, ignore them. Guys, if you're wearing anything that was advertised with the word tactical, you're not being a gray man. In the simplest form, being a gray man simply means you blend into the background. There are no checklists for that because the foreground and the background is different everywhere you go. If you're in Philly at a football game, you'd want to wear a green jersey and maybe face paint. That won't help you blend in anywhere else. If you're worried about being approached or confronted while voting, don't stand out. Don't wear anything that signals your political affiliation. Don't arrive in a car with bumper stickers and show your positions. Wear clothing that blends in. That will vary by location, but you'd probably be good with a pair of jeans and an American flag shirt. If you're asked about how you voted coming out, you don't have to answer. You also don't owe anybody who might be trying to intimidate you the truth. Blend in, vote, and leave. If you're nervous about the drive home, don't go straight home and make 3 consecutive left or 3 consecutive right-hand turns while watching in the rearview mirror. If somebody makes the 3 turns with you, drive to somewhere safe. If you're still concerned, look into voting by mail. This shouldn't be a conversation necessary for voting in the United States, but here we are.
Mm.
The gray man, I didn't even know this existed, and I knew it existed before Bell said anything about it. And forgive me for being ignorant, because I discovered the gray man on NCIS LA. Basically, the gray man is an individual who will blend into whatever surroundings he's at to get the information that he needed. In this episode, he had to be a homeless person to get the information. The team, the NCIS team, didn't discover who exactly he was because they went undercover as homeless people to only discover that one of the vendors was knew who he was, but he knew who he was because he was always a guy with a 3-piece suit who would come to lunch and pay in cash. And the gray man is an individual who can blend into whatever situation at whatever time to get the information that they need. This is not what this situation is. What she is saying is that no, do not show up with a Kamala Harris Waltz t-shirt. Do not come with a I love Trump bandana on your head. Do not come with a bunch of bumper stickers on your car, which surprisingly enough, I don't even know anybody who still put bumper stickers on their car. No, I never would put anything remotely permanent on my car, nor do I want to take the time off to take it off. Also, we're talking about politics. I don't care enough about any of y'all to actually put something on my car. Trust me, I don't. But the point is to blend into your environment. Also, to make it perfectly clear, when somebody asks you who you're voting for, you do not answer. You don't have to. That is not a requirement for you to vote. You go to the booth, the people show you how to use the machine to vote, then they walk away.
They leave.
So that's why you do what you do. If you feel uncomfortable getting into your car, and you feel that somebody is following you, do not go straight home, ever. Like she said, take lefts, take rights. See if that car is behind you. Take turns that you normally would not take. There is nowhere in the world, if you're looking like you lost, the car behind you is looking like they lost too. Like, for real. That's more common sense than anything else. Just be careful out there. Now, there are some people who will say this is no more than a scare tactic. And it probably is. 9 out of 10, it is a scare tactic to make sure you don't vote. Why did I say 9 out of 10? Because we live in America where you have that one person takes that to the extreme. You have people who say, I'm just doing this to scare you. And you have that one person that go, okay, and I'm going to follow through on it. It's not worth it. Again, if you don't want to vote, There's always mail-in ballots. If you just do not even want to take that chance, it's mail-in ballots anytime. My suggestion, seriously, has always been early voting. Get there, get in. And by the way, when I say early voting, I mean you may need to take your lunch in broad daylight, where it's the most amount of people. Go in and vote and walk out. Don't make eye contact with nobody. Get in your car and just leave. And the part about going home, you ain't got to go home because you're going back to your job. So again, just be careful. But don't let it get to the point where you stay home and do nothing. Anna?
That's what they want. Is for you to be so scared that you're not going to leave your home. If you are that scared, get the mail-in ballot. I mean, I've never been more grateful to live in a mail-in state before, and I've always been plenty grateful. I hope to see us moving more in that way because more and more people can't afford to take a day off of work or anything like that. The one thing is it really 1 in 10? Because we heard a lot about people in 2020 who were just standing outside their voting, the polling place, and wanted to intimidate some from even going inside. I mean, is this the time that we take off all of our symbols, our logos that are beloved to us? Yeah. Don't go in with a rainbow. That is very telling. Whether you're an ally or a member of the community. I started to think maybe because I wouldn't like to wear an American flag shirt. But maybe that would be the smartest idea, because if they think you're there to vote for Trump, they might hold that door open for you. You know. But yes, please take your safety very seriously, please, everybody. If you have to go in to vote, either please use early voting. Don't wait for the last moment of the day. And don't go alone. I'm kind of surprised nobody said that. You know, there's strength in numbers, and don't try to take something on all by yourself. This is a time where being the hero is actually blending in, doing what we need to, and leaving that place safe.
All right. Susan, hello.
Hey,
I'm
Susan.
here for the swearing, and you got Miss Bell on. Second hour. We try not to curse during the first.
We're almost there, Susan.
We are. I commented on that video. That was voting 101 for a lot of black folks. Black folks, LGBTQ plus community, women.
Yeah.
It goes across the board. It really does. Anytime that you feel, now for the women, sorry, I don't think there's anything that you could wear unless you, like I said, you wear a Kamala Harris Waltz t-shirt or you wear a Trump t-shirt. But yeah, the intimidation is simply because you're a woman. Harsh, but it's only harsh because I'm saying it out loud. Doesn't change the action. Doesn't change what it is. But yeah, you're right. That is voting 101. Last comment. Molly, did you get a mood mic? You wasn't here yesterday, Susan. I've had this mic almost over a year. It's either over a year or about to be a year. And it was so low that nobody could see it. So I figured every time I'm talking, I look at the video. I scrutinize my videos as much as anybody. And it always sounds like I'm in a tunnel somewhere while everybody else is coming out crystal clear. So I figured if I raised it up a little bit and talking to it, which by the way, Anna, my audio was terrible last night too.
It was?
Yeah, not only did it sound like I was in a tunnel, it sounded like I was in a tunnel with a handkerchief stuck in my mouth. You could barely hear me. So I did some more adjusting. Hope this works out. But anyway, yeah, this is a microphone I've had for a while. I just decided to raise it up a little bit, get it right in front of my face, and see if that helps.
I love it.
Yeah, a lot of people. All right, everybody, that is our first hour. We're going to go ahead and get into the second hour, which, like I said, is jam-packed. Am I the a-hole? Positive story of the week, Mafia video of the week, and Foxy video of the week. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we'll see everybody on the other side. Stay tuned.
Wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I always stay dreaming, never imagine I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free.
are back, and without further ado, let's go ahead and pay those bills. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/Tracy Media Fan. Help support Tracy in all of her endeavors. Please do not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, BorelliEtc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. Please do not forget to go to Thea's website, Our United Core, Communities Build Movements. And if you need to reach me, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com. Let's go ahead and get into the Mama Heart Hour. And of course, also to make 2 announcements. One that just happened to come yesterday out of the surprise. Number one, we are off again next weekend. One of the videos that I will be putting in place of our regular show is a video of Tracy Carson Media, like I said before, with an interview with Dr. Cornel West. I will be putting that video up in our place, so please do not forget to pick that up. I don't know if I'm going to put it in for Saturday or Sunday, but just please support Tracy. Please help support this channel by watching the video, clicking all the lights and the bells and the whistles and everything else. I would truly appreciate it. Also, as we was talking yesterday, we discovered that election night is also Mama Hart's birthday. I've decided that we're going to do a 1 hour, 1.5 election night live video to not only discuss the election as it's going on, but also to celebrate our lovely Mama Hart on her birthday. So yes, I made the decision that we are going to have an election night coverage. You're probably not going to get a lot of it out there unless, again, like I said, unless it's a blowout, which is probably the only thing that's going to make this newsworthy to even do that show. But we are going to do the show because we can always go back from, oh, this is an interesting election, to let's talk about how great Mama Hart is. We got all bases covered. So that is what we're going to do during the Tuesday, the election. But again, for my sake, for everybody's sake, please go out and vote early. Please be safe out there while you're voting. And let's do some things out there. Am I the a-hole? I may or may not have shown this video before. We're going on our 4th year of doing this. Is this our 4th year? Yeah. This is our 4th year of doing this show. So please, I don't want to hear anybody talk about, you've already done this before. When? 2000, 2001? I don't know. I don't know. But pretty much I titled it Too Much in One Day.
Am I the butthole for having high expectations for my bachelorette party? I'm a 25-year-old woman, and I'm getting married to my wonderful fiancé, who's 31 this fall. A week ago, I had my bachelorette party. While most girls dream of their weddings, I dreamt about my bachelorette party. I put a lot of planning into this weekend, made a lot of phone calls, reservations, everything basically. From Thursday night to Sunday morning, me and 25 of my closest girlfriends rented a house. From the start, it was a disaster. I told my girls to get to the house early on Thursday so they could decorate and set up before I got there. Well, I got to the house at 3, and they weren't done decorating, so that bummed me out because I wanted that wow moment when I came in and saw the setup. I felt robbed, but we still had a decent first night. Friday, I woke everyone up at 7 a.m. to make breakfast and get ready because we had a packed day. Vineyards, boat, lunch, happy hour drinks, then dinner and clubs. I was getting shaded on all afternoon because people said they were being rushed from place to place and had to carry changes of clothes all day, but we only had limited time in the city and I wanted to make the most of it. Saturday was worse. We had brunch at 9 a.m. and no one was awake on time, so it only ended up being me and a few loyal bridesmaids. We went shopping afterwards for a few hours, and when we got back to the house, no one was even apologetic, even though I was close to tears all day. The last straw for me was later that night when we were going to dinner and nobody was wearing the matching shirts that we got for the weekend. People wanted to wear their own stuff, but that's not what we agreed to, even though my maid of honor notified everyone. At this point, I said F it, this weekend was ruined, and I locked myself in my room to cry. It was even worse when I came out a few hours later and half the girls had gone out anyway, without me, the actual bride. I ended up driving home early on Sunday and left the house a mess for the girls to pick up because I was so upset. Now it's been almost a week, and no one has really texted me except for some bridesmaids and my maid of honor. I know that I sound bridezilla-ish, but these are supposed to be my friends, and we were supposed to celebrate me all weekend, and I felt neglected, and I'm just really upset. I understand these expectations may seem like a lot, but I made my expectations clear to the group, and they just let me down so bad. Tell me, am I the butthole?
I'll let you go first, Hannah.
I would actually have more questions for her. Like, you said you made the expectation very clear. Sometimes people don't get those, the hints that we try and, leave for each other. It is not wrong to want to have looked forward to a celebration all your life and then have all of that break up underneath you. And hmm, hmm. I feel like her people were not like, I don't think anyone's really the butthole here, but they should have rallied around their friend whom this was the weekend for. We are there to help a friend transition from single to married. Now, bachelor is supposed to be a whole bunch of, you'll never get to do this again because you're getting married. I don't know, did the other women just think that this was an excuse to party? See, until I know more, I'm not really willing to say anybody was an asshole. But it was wrong of the friends to ignore the entire reason of why they were there. I mean, I didn't catch any what's the word? Like,
Malice.
I don't know how much she spoke. How, this is really important to me, guys. I've been dreaming about this all my life. Okay. Did you explain to them what you have been dreaming about? Because for some people, they just want to spend time with their closest friends, and that's good enough. She obviously had this expectation set up. I feel really bad for her. But, you know, people will also do what they will do. Like, I don't think asking to wear matching shirts was the the most evil thing anyone could do, just wear the shirt. Just seems like nobody communicated. Once again, I know I come back to that a lot. People don't communicate correctly. And then they get their feelings hurt. And then they don't communicate even more about that. Just go talk to your friends.
I'm going to disappoint Susan again. I'm not going to blast on this woman right now. On this story. Trust me, I have plenty to blast on, especially when we get to the positive story of the week. I'm not gonna blast on you. You can have all the expectations that you want, but keep in mind that there's a difference between expectations and being realistic. This story was just read to me, read to us, and I'm exhausted. You had this woman, first of all, let's go back a little bit. 25 of your closest friends. Woman, please. Nobody has 25 of their closest friends. Are you serious? You may have like 3 or 4, or even 5. The other ones is 25 of your acquaintance. 25 of the people you're nice to and they nice to you. But let's go through the story. You wanted the place to be already set up so you could be surprised and have that wow feeling as you walk through the room. I'm with Anna on that one. Did you communicate that? And was that realistic? As in, I've gone to a lot of Airbnbs down in Florida. They would only allow you to get into that place at a certain time. Period, point blank in a discussion. So did they get the information to get to the house and then you showed up an hour later? So it's not being realistic. Then number 2, the next day you went to go fishing, go to the club, go to dinner, go to lunch, go to breakfast, go blah, 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 and everything else. And oh, by the way, I want you to change your clothes for every event within that day. No, not going to do that. I will look presentable. I will look nice, but this is not a play. I will not be changing my clothes every event that we go to. Number 3, the last thing you said all day, whatever it is we're going to go clubbing and everything else. So then I woke the women up at 9 o'clock in the morning to go to brunch. 2 things with that. 1, I wish the hell you would wake me up after I've been going clubbing. Get a hangover and everything else, and you waking me up at 9 o'clock for breakfast. Number 2, brunch is not at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's breakfast. Brunch is 11 on. No idea what you're talking about. That is not brunch. So yeah. I'm not bashing on you. Your expectations just did not meet reality. It's not feasible. These people that you said should be celebrating you would love to celebrate you. They're just tired as hell. These are the same people who took days off of their job to celebrate with you. But they want to enjoy themselves too. They want to enjoy themselves as well. So why did they leave without you? Oh, hell. I done took days off. I don't pay for this too. And this woman wants to go. The one thing that they always say about a vacation is to places like New York and places like Miami and all when you go on cruises and things like that is please do not stuff on the hour, every hour events that you want to do because you can literally tire yourself out on day 1. And that's what you was doing. You're hopped up on emotions so you can handle it. These people ain't getting married. Not a great celebration. So it's like, it's a vacation that just so happened to be a bachelorette party. And I would love to celebrate it with you, but you just being so unrealistic that I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Did she say? Wait, I heard that they had matching shirts.
The
I
matching
did.
shirts could be done, but the first thing that they said when I'm gonna go fishing and we're gonna go to this restaurant and go to this restaurant and then we're gonna go clubbing. She did say, and they wouldn't change clothes for every event. And I was like, no.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah. I'm not changing my clothes because we had a different event. Like I'm not changing clothes twice in one day. Like that's just not happening. I find the most feasible outfit that I can, and I've been on a lot of cruises, unless we're going to a very, casual restaurant where it's dress up day, yeah, I'll change clothes. Guess what's gonna happen after I eat at that restaurant? I'm changing back into the clothes I started off with.
Mm-hmm.
You just decided every event has to have a new outfit. What? You take enough clothes to last you, and I'm just throwing an example out there. You have enough clothes that can last you for a week. You have this woman packing enough clothes to last a day. It's not realistic. And I'm sorry that it diminished your event for the bachelorette party. It was just unrealistic. It couldn't be done. And I'll be the first person, so maybe Susan will enjoy this. I'm not waking up after coming from the club the night before at 9 o'clock in the morning. I wish the hell you would. I ain't home. Leave me the hell alone. But it just wasn't. It just wasn't unrealistic. All right, Susan. Okay, 25 of my closest girlfriends, already something a little hinky there. Haha. This is repeated. Yes, she is doing the most minus the t-shirts. I wouldn't mind the t-shirts. Now that I would give to your 25 closest friends. Put the damn t-shirt on. It ain't that big of a deal. Playing something like that with your friends, not for your friends. This goes back to what Anna was saying, was did you communicate that this is all that you wanted to do, or was this just a surprise once they got there? Like, they could have sat there and told you, yeah, we ain't doing all that. And maybe you could have adjusted, but you thought it was going to be cool. They got tired of her. Tracy, they may not have got tired of her. They just may got tired. It's just too much. It's too much.
It is not too much to want to celebrate yourself. It is not too much to have an ideal of something. It is too much when you start pressing your ideals onto everybody else, and it's obvious they can't give it to you. You know, yeah, I will amend my first, okay, there are some people out there that do have dozens of friends, okay? It's not that hard to believe for me.
Dozens, yes. 25. Or is that where it was 25 of my closest friends?
Darling, 2 dozen is 24.
Mm.
So dozens, yeah, I mean. Now, were they all close to her? Probably not. And so you start to now expect this whole gaggle of friends who don't know you that well to change everything about themselves for the sake of your happiness, because you had this idea in your head. If you don't want to be disappointed, don't come up with anything, But yeah, you were going over your over the line into overbearing. Like, I want to go clubbing, and then I want everybody to get up at 9 a.m. for something at 9 a.m. No, no. I was a part of a bridesmaid party where there were quite a few of us, and we went around Puget Sound. Like, we made a big circle. We were with them when they got married, and even for a little bit afterwards, because that was the way they wanted to celebrate. We were all very happy to do what the bride wanted. When you are close friends with somebody getting married, you want to make them happy. You want to do all the things of, this is not about me. It's about two people pledging to be partners for the rest of their lives. We had a lot of things that were scheduled in, but nothing that started too early. And it wouldn't hurt the bride if one of us was like, look, I'm sorry, actually one of us didn't drink. And so going to a bar one night, not the greatest of things for her, right? So, like, yeah, you have to be flexible. With any group of people, you have to be flexible. So, but a lot of those, yeah, I'm really sorry I did not hear that. And we're going to change every single event. No. You're making this uncomfortable for everybody else. That's what you think.
I think it could have been avoided again, or at least changed if she'd have said, "This is what I want to do."
Yeah.
Susan, it just seems like the friends were actors in the play that she was staging instead of friends celebrating with her. I see where you're coming from, Susan, because it sounds like the part of the fantasy of my bridal shower is a big elaborate group of individuals.
Yep.
But like I said, I don't want to be the dead horse. I think all this could have been avoided if you said, okay, ladies, this is what I have in my mind of what my bachelorette party was going to be. I guarantee you somebody would have went, you doing too much. And if you're a reasonable person, you would go, yeah, you're right. Let me scale it back a little bit. So everybody, the hardest part about having a party is the equivalent of running this channel that I have. I have to make sure that everybody gets all the information that they have, get all their thoughts out of their head onto video while staying into the integrity of the channel. So it's no different than a party. I know what I see my party being. And here is the expectations I'm given. No, ma'am, that ain't gonna happen. Okay, I need to change some things. Just like I had to be told, hey, Marlon, stop rushing through this first hour of Radical Truth to Power just so you can get to some Reddit stories. That's not right. You adapt, you change. But I also communicated to everybody that that's what I was going to do. That it was
Right.
communicated to Anna, who communicated it to me. And I made the change because it was the right thing to do. You just thought everybody was going to go with your planning and everything else. And again, somebody should have said, lady, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to change attires because we at a different venue. That's, again, I just listened to the story and I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed now. I wasn't even there. So just communicate. That's all I'm asking. And how she wanted people to declarate for her child, please. I don't have a problem with that at all. I really don't.
Yeah, you should actually not be cleaning up if you're the bride.
Yeah. I have no problem with you. Hey, can you declarate
And
the
setting
place
up.
for me?
Yeah.
But okay, now we're gonna have to play it on. Okay, can you declarate the place before I get there? And just because I want the wow factor, and then go somewhere else and say, I'm gonna wait for somebody to call me to say, come on in. But I guarantee you, your plans had okay. They have until 12 o'clock to get the whole place designed, even though we got there at 11:30. Like, I just feel like he was just being a little unrealistic. That's why I'm not jumping on you like everybody else. It's not that you're being entitled or bridezilla or any of those
No.
things. I just think he was just being unrealistic. That's all. I just think if you would have communicated, it'd have been cool.
It almost sounds like she saw a movie, fell in love with it as a kid, and then wanted that to become reality. Doesn't work that way.
You all are really in touch with your core audience, Marlon. That's a big part of why this channel works so well. Y'all, I can't even add. Yeah. You don't watch. You don't subscribe. We're just yelling into the void. So, yes. Now, trust me, I done had some suggestions. It's like, huh? Oh, nothing bad, Alan.
Oh, okay.
I remember the one person that said you should have background music playing in the background while y'all talking. I'm like, what? Why would I
That can get a little difficult.
that? Nope, she should have stopped with all that foolishness she was doing it. Easier said than done when this woman literally said while everybody was dreaming about their fantasy wedding, I was dreaming about my fantasy bachelorette party.
Very easily said from the woman who wanted everybody to do everything that she said for her birthday.
She wore a crown. All right, take your earphones out, Anna.
Oh, I'm not wearing tonight, so go ahead.
Cool. Positive story of the week. All right, I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit on this one because I do have a positive story. I'll play it when we return in 2 weeks. But sometimes just being petty is sometimes just positive to me. free board.
Hey, can I have a free board? We don't usually do that, but we have some 8.5s that we can give away. Actually, I skate an 8. We don't have any 8s, just 8.5. But you said I can have it. Yes, if you want the 8.5, you can have it. Actually, I said I want an 8. We can get you an 8 for $40 plus shipping. Actually, you said it would be free. No, we can give you an 8.5 free. Also, you'd probably still need to pay shipping. Actually, you'll send me an 8 for free. You'll pay shipping too. No. Actually, you meant to say yes. I don't want to get my lawyers involved. A lawyer would cost more than just buying a board? Actually, you have to pay for the court fees too when we win. Look, I'm done trying. You can't have 8.5 either. Actually, I can. And actually, OP posted an update. To whom it may concern, it has recently been made clear to me that your company promised my son a free board and then retracted that promise. I understand that Blank acted out of line in requesting something other than the 8.5 board you offered him. That was wrong of him, and after speaking to him, he is willing to accept the 8.5 instead of the 8 he desperately wanted. Also, I want to apologize on behalf of Blank for threatening to sue you. He is an 11-year-old child. He does not have the resources. Don't worry, he will not be suing you. Let me know how we can proceed in getting my son the free board he deserves. Thank you. Hi, Blank. I do not remember promising your son a free board. Do you have any evidence that someone in our company may have offered this to him? Hello, yes, I do. There is this conversation between your company and Blank on Instagram. His username is Blank. I am sure you can find it on your end as well. As you can see, he was clearly told he could have an 8.5 for free. Please let me know how I can receive this board for my son. He is a good kid. He deserves it. Thank you. Ah, yes, that kid. Sorry, we will not be providing a free board for him under any circumstances. You can buy one for full price directly from our website if you want one. They're $40 plus shipping. Of course, shipping is free if you buy more than $50 in merchandise. I really think he deserves the free board you promised him. Not giving Blank a free board would be fraud, and I would hate to report your company as fraudulent. Also, think about how many people Blank will get your product in front of when you give it to him. You will be making so much money from all the new sales he brings in. When you think about it like that, you should be paying him to ride your board. Thanks. No, we are not giving him a free skateboard under any circumstances. This behavior cannot be rewarded. As a company, we expect better from the skate community than the way your son spoke to us. Wow, you're being such an effing butthole. He is a child that made a mistake, and now you are refusing to give him what he is rightly owed. Please forward this to your supervisor. We are going to get you fired. Also, we're still going to report fraud even if you give us a board to teach you a lesson. Unless, of course, you give us something else in addition to a free board. Perhaps a hat? Thank you. Report us as fraud then. I don't care. I'm not giving you any free gear. We will not be responding further to your emails. Also, I own the company. Eat my vajango, little jerk boy. Thanks.
How is that the positive story?
Because it's the second part.
Okay.
This is a bachelorette partyzilla. It's possible. She's a bachelorette partyzilla. How come you're not wearing headphones, Anna? Do you not need them anymore? Yay.
No, just mine weren't charged up today. That's
I
it.
don't, I don't wear them anymore because, well, for starters, I read earlier that headless headphones delay the sound that's coming through with the video, so you're not hearing everything in real time. So that always been an issue. So I don't wear them anymore.
Hmm.
Two, I don't know. Something about wearing headphones as you talking to people just seems weird to me. And I don't mean weird as in Republican weird. I mean it's just weird as it's just weird. I just don't like them. It's just let me.
Well, okay. Mine are this size. They don't go inside. They're very comfortable. They just weren't charged. There is a little bit of a delay, but I don't think
There's
there's
no effect.
much.
There's no effect. It's like for you, I can tell in seconds. Like I
Mm,
know they say something that I know is going to shock you because I know you so well. So I listen to these stories. I'm like, I know this is gonna piss Anna off or shock her or something like that. And they already said it. And then like seconds later, you'll go,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah.
There's always a delay.
But anyway, um, just to let everybody knows who are watching because we kind of broke a freaking record already.
We broke a record.
So far, we've had 40 people already watch this show tonight. So anybody who is watching the show, could you please, if you was coming in for the Mark Robinson comments and things like that, that is in our first hour. So if you want to go back into our first hour and watch it, you can do so. Also, Susan, for you and everybody else, but specifically for you, I noticed you love watching the replays of our shows. Well, I have now timestamped all the shows starting 2 weeks ago or something like that. So you do not have to search and point and click and everything else. You can just go ahead, pop, and go on about
It's
your
nice.
to catch up. So I've taken the time out to go ahead and do that. I will be doing it for this show too. So in other words, if you want to go back yesterday, I've already timestamped that show. So that's
Huh?
already been running.
Quick.
Like I said, I wasn't doing nothing today. Weird is a Republican weird. I love that. Yeah. Chill. Hold on. This parent and her entitled child done got on my last nerve. Trust me, just hold on to the second part, Tracy. Like you always like to say, but wait, there's more. Yes, there's more. And Susan said, thank you for that, Marlon. Appreciate it. You wasn't here when I said I was getting emails with people that was literally saying, I don't want to hear the story. I just want to hear your comments. And there was people that were saying, I just want to hear the story. I don't want to hear your comments. Like, okay. So I decided to timestamp it so everybody could just, yeah.
You do know that, like, other people, they just read the stories.
I
Okay.
could not
Okay.
read. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the second part of this story where it's just funny.
And then, OP actually posted a third update, actually. F you! Answer me, you piece of garbage! Thanks. Whatever, I'm reporting you as fraud right now. Thanks. Actually, blank, we've decided to send a free board. Please just send us an address. We will even throw in a hat just for the misunderstanding. I am so sorry we were rude to you. I hope you will forgive us. And then OP posts a picture of what they actually sent to this choosing beggar. And it is an incredibly scuffed up and damaged skateboard that's been snapped in half. This doesn't look like an 8.0 board. This looks like two 4.0 boards.
Good. We deserve that hat for the stress this whole ordeal has caused us. I like the Joker hat as it is the best hat you carry. Send that hat as well as the 8 size deck. My address is blank. It better be here soon. Thanks. Okay, we've sent it through UPS. The tracking number is blank. I will email you again soon to make sure you got it. Sorry again. It should arrive today. Did you get it? No, not yet. Thanks. I just got the hat and the board. What the actual F, you piece of garbage, butthole, grunt, jerk, vajongo eating, stupid F... stupid F-tard? This nightmare fuel of a hat made my youngest daughter cry. She's going to need therapy now to get over the trauma. You should never have even made that hat to begin with, you piece of garbage mother effer. Also, why the F is this board broken? It's not even an 8 like you promised. You sent us a broken, wrong-size board, you vajongo-eating little dick doo-doo head. We're going to sue you for all the trauma and all the stress your terrible company has put us through. Don't even bother replying to this email. We don't answer pieces of garbage like you. Thanks.
Understood. Sorry for the trouble. Please feel free to purchase anything else you may want in the future. Thanks.
Thank you for taking our trash.
Hmm?
Look, lady, don't ever in your entire existence, because I go through hundreds of these Reddit stories every year. Once you get to the owner of the company and they tell you no, wrap it up. It's over. It's a done deal. You're not getting anything that you think you want. And I love the fact that this guy had the integrity to say, unlike you, ma'am, I'm not rewarding this type of behavior.
Mm.
That's how you raise a kid. I'm not going to give you something because you cried. I'm not going to give you something because you whined. I'm not going to give you something because you had a tantrum. I'm not going to give you any of this stuff because you do not deserve it. You don't deserve anything free. You deserve what you got, and you got what you got. And Bajonga eating mother effer, yucca, and all this other stuff to end everything off with, thanks. It's just stupid.
You kiss your kids with that mouth?
What? What did you think that was going to happen? Sue, go ahead. We all know you're not going to do it. That's why he did what he did. You're not going to sue. For what?
I don't know. Some people would.
And they'll lose. You want to go ahead and waste your money, knock yourself out. Feel free.
Waste the court's time? I'm sure there are. Because she's Susie Beggar, entitled Karen, and actually your son was rude, never deserved anything.
Use it. That what kills me. I know I've discovered the word actually, and I'm going to put it in every sentence that I've ever say from this point on. I'm not really you as soon as you said, actually, you meant to say yes. What? Bruh. That one of your spelling bee questions, and now you know, so.
Probably.
Thanks. Oh, good Lord.
You expect that from an 11-year-old? You do not expect that from an adult.
As a CSR, I deal with this all the time. People be really brave behind their phone, and they keep, of course.
Yeah.
course they're brave. Because they know there's no repercussions.
Yeah.
I like these stories of there was a repercussion. Here, take my trash. I know I'm going to lose money by sending it to you, UPS. I pay for
Right.
the shipping. But, oh, so what? I'm going to send it to you anyway. Just to prove that you cannot scare the owner of the freaking company. I wouldn't be shocked if this dude said, so we're going to ship this to her. We taking it out of the budget. No. Here's my card. I want this squarely on me.
Mm-hmm.
But then he still took the high road. Thank you for your comment. If you need anything else from us, and
He apologized.
last thing before we move on. If your daughter's scared of a hat, you may want to go do something else, because that's, as I've said before, a lot of people, that's not normal.
Your children, they need you right now. Not skateboards.
She was scared of a hat. Mafia video of the week. Yeah, it took a pandemic and a whole bunch of people standing on their own accord to let corporate America know, leave me alone while I'm on vacation.
I don't care what you have to say. Hold on. Private. Hello?
Hey, Veronica, it's Joanne. I'm so sorry to call you on a Saturday. How are you today?
Joanne, I'm sorry. I blocked your number. How did you get through?
I'm calling from a separate phone, but
I didn't block you. I put
You blocked my number?
block you. I put you on Do Not Disturb.
You did?
On my days off, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we're really needing someone today. Are you
I'm
able
so
to
sorry,
come?
I can't.
Is there a reason you can't come in? I mean, are you with your family or your kids? Or
I don't have to tell you the reason that I can't go in on my day off, Joanne. I'm sorry.
you don't have to apologize.
No, I'm sorry for you.
Oh.
That you're not going to have me there to help you.
It would just help me feel better if I knew that there was a legitimate
why I
reason.
can't go in on my day off. Okay, I'm going to go now.
You're right. I mean, but is there any?
See you Monday. Bye.
Is there
Nope,
any?
Monday's a holiday. See you Tuesday.
Okay.
Again, this is kind of an unrealistic
Yeah.
video, only for the fact that I'm not answering my phone. I'm on vacation. Not a great thing, Anna. The one of the great things about going on a cruise is you can call me with the biggest emergency ever, and I could be the only person that can take care of it. I'm not gonna get that call. I'm overseas. Never gonna get it. And even if I do answer the phone and you go, we need really help. Can you come in this afternoon? Lady, I'm in a different country. No, there is no way I can come help you. How about tomorrow? No. Why? Because we're going to a different country. When can you come back in?
My dog is asleep and she's got to be having some wild dreams. She's running. She's doing little barks. This is so cute. Sorry.
She's back out in the mountains, chasing down the bad wolf. And I'm going to get you.
I didn't let her chase after a deer the other day.
Oh.
That might be it. Her little paws.
some really little kid can get scared of a hat or a mask. You just switch between the hat and mask in your face and laugh at it. Do that a few times and they'll laugh at the hat or mask. The mask I can get because you put on a scary mask. You put on a scary mask and you're moving. It's like you're really like a hat. Honey, come here for a second. I want you to look at that hat and try to explain to me what that hat gonna do to you. Can't say that with somebody wearing a mask. Sorry. And thank you, Freddie and Jason. Y'all made that a reality. Y'all wear mask. Well, Freddie don't wear a mask, but who wears a mask? Freddie and
Jason Voorhees. Yeah.
Michael Myers. Yeah, they wear masks and they move and they hurt a lot of people. Yeah, I'm scared. So yeah, I can see that happening. A hat? Girl, come in for a minute. Just chill out. You fine. She's chasing that deer for all she's worth. That's what the dream is like. She is. She is. What? Look, either we could do this in reality or we could do this in my dream. I'm gonna get that deer.
Mm-hmm.
Foxy's videos of the week. Last video of the night. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. We thus far have 41 people who have watched this video. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is the last part of the show. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. I appreciate you coming through. And Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember?
Do you remember? 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 Remember?
Can you remember?
We've all been there, lady.
Remember?
You run upstairs, so you have to do something. You get to the top of the stairs and go, what was I supposed to do? Maybe it was downstairs. No. Woo, a few minutes ago it was really important. It'll hit me later. and then you realize it never does. Uh-oh. My microphone. Yeah, my microphone. My mouse went dead. Oh no. Oh no.
No.
No. Not now. All times. Not now. I have 2 videos and I can't get to it. Well, let's see if this works.
There was a video about things people with ADHD experience, and the guy's getting ready to do a project. He's gonna wait, he needs a pen. He's got everything else, so he's like, okay, gonna get a pen. So he goes downstairs going, pen, 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 pen. He sees coffee. He pours that cup of coffee and goes back upstairs, and then next thing you know, he's coming back downstairs, pen, 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 pen. He's with the coffee still. He forgets his cup of coffee next time, and just I get it. I really do.
There was a video. What's the worst? I'm so dumb situation you've been in. And that's I laughed so hard about the guy who goes to the refrigerator, grab a cup of yogurt, takes the lid off the cup of yogurt, throws the cup of yogurt in the trash can. He's holding the lid of the cup of yogurt.
Dude, oh man.
Jeez, I'm still. You feel bad because it's like, oh, that's messed up. Like, when you just want to argue, but you didn't get what you wanted.
So, I bought this cheese here. It cost me $40, and there is a hair stuck to it.
Oh yeah, we can take that back.
Wait, what? Here.
Okay. Take this. Your next purchase is on us. Did you want to fight?
Yes, please. I would like to have a little bit of a fight.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where's your receipt?
I don't have a
I can't take it back without a receipt.
Oh yeah. Well, the name of the store is stamped on the cheese. Okay?
How do I know you didn't just beat up somebody and steal it?
Who does that?
You might.
Really?
Yeah, you look like the kind who might.
I am going to go on Yelp and I am going to give this place a scathing review. Scathing. I'm going to blow up the internet. I'm going to break it.
Oh my God, you scared me so much. Please take our money. Leave the cheese.
Thank you. Thank you. Was that so hard? It's called customer service.
Fine.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you. That was
You're
really
so welcome. A lot of people really like.
That was good.
People just want to argue. People just they're expecting it. They're ready for it. They don't wrap their head up in the car. They got the anger from what the issue is. You done got in the car. Now you're still wrapped up for you still chasing that deer.
No, she's awake now. She just.
Oh, she caught the deer. It's over
I guess
now.
so.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Shit. Grumbling. Go back to sleep.
Small sections of mindfulness during daily tasks actually help you with focusing. But it bothers you so much when things are in your head. Like, it bothers me so much when it's like, I got a word that's in my head that will make sense on this story that we're talking about. Now I cannot remember what that word is. Or I can't remember a person. Or I can't remember a state. Or it just bothers me so much. It's like, come on, Mom, be professional. When you drop your mouse on the floor and things like that there. Let's see if I can do this.
Couldn't have planned that better. But yes, you're very, very right. Practicing mindfulness is not as easy as it sounds.
Oh, gee, bus. My microphone is like my mouse is completely dead. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Which I'm glad that I did this. Last video of the night, in case anybody hasn't seen it yet from yesterday, but apparently everybody loved the video so much that I decided to go ahead and play it a second time. And I know I'm looking very unprofessional right now, but without this mouse, I'm just like, this is
all right.
This is not going to work. All right, so I can take Susan's video out. Try losing a word you want to say in 2 languages. Try losing a word that you want to say and then you change the whole sentence. Like, you just change the whole sentence. Or try to spell out something in a comment, but you don't know how to spell the word, so you change the whole sentence to the words that you know how to spell, so you don't look silly. Done that before a lot. Anyway, video from yesterday that everybody loves, so let's go ahead and get into it. $2.
Please enter in the last 4 digits of your social security number.
Representative.
Please enter in the last 4 digits of your...
Representative.
Then you only got about $2. Shut up. $2. Jamal Anderson III. $2.27. That's what you got right now. Representative. What you need them for? You need them for $2? You need a representative for $2?
I looked at the girlfriend more this time. She was just like, yeah, shoot out. I'm out.
Bruh, I
You
gotta go.
broke.
You broke. They have a nerve to have an attitude about it. You knew you had only $2. You knew it. I knew it. Everybody knows it.
Mal Henderson the third.
And tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me here, but not next weekend. And also BoreliaEtc.com on YouTube and on TikTok.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're LGBTQ.
I appreciate Anna. We are off next week, so please join us in 2 weeks when we start talking about the election and everything in between. And until next time, because I'm trying to rush this real fast before my mouse go bad, we will see you when we see you. Peace. $2, bro. You had $2. Should have been a nice person on the microphone. $2.
She's back chasing that deer.
See you in 2 weeks.